Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today is just a short video because I want to show you one of my Masdevallias, and this is the orange no ID that you can see in some of my other videos. And it has been doing very well so far, much better than I ever expected. It has lots of new growths, but there is an issue, and this issue is getting worse and worse as time goes by. So I just want to take you in and let you have a look, and maybe one of you has some advice for me. So some of you might notice that it's in a different pot from before. It's in one of my lechuza pots, which I have about 2 or 3 of. And that's because I had it in one of the pots I used to hang on my orchid wall before. But it's not actually an orchid I want to have on my orchid wall, because nice orchids that, orchids are nice to put on the orchid wall, or ones that have like pendant flower habits and that kind of stuff. And the Masdevallia doesn't have that. So I figured it'd be nicer to put it in one of the somewhat nicer, normal, put on a shelf pots instead of using it for one of the wall pots. So that's why I repotted it. When I repotted it, I noticed that even though it has created a lot of new growths, somehow this has not translated into new roots. What new roots there are very stubby and short. I don't know if they're actually still growing or if they're just going to stay like that. And I don't know why it's growing so slow, if it is going to keep growing. But this is an issue because obviously one of the things that this plant needs to do before the really high temperatures arrive for the summer, which, well, is right around the corner at this point, is create new roots. It hasn't done that. So I'm a little worried about that. And the other thing I'm worried about is something that I had in the start already, but which has been getting worse. So here you can see an example of it. I have lots of growths, new growths, that start to yellow at the tip, and then this yellowing continues all the way down the growth to the bottom until at some point you can just kind of pluck them off without any effort. And this has happened to several new growths already. And in fact, just the other day, I removed about 3 new growths. Each of them had the same problem where it yellowed and then kind of dried off. Well, this one dried off. This one didn't even dry off. It was just, you can see the bottom looks kind of like it's rotted almost. And this one was weird because this one wasn't even yellow. It was kind of brown, grayish, green. The funny thing is that they don't go soft. They don't feel soft or anything. Which is why I don't really think of rot. But clearly there's some sort of issue here, and I'm not quite sure what it is. I don't know if it's fertilization, because I have been fertilizing. But I've been fertilizing somewhat on the lighter side because I thought Masdevallias weren't that keen on high salt contents. Maybe I've been giving too little. On the other hand, the other reason I don't think it's fertilizer issues is because fertilizer issues tend to take a while to actually show up in your plant. And I haven't had this one for very long, and I'm assuming the nursery that had it before I got it was fertilizing it. So I think it's a bit of a fast reaction for it to be a fertilization problem. The other thing I have, you can see down here, is that the sheaths near the bottom over there have this kind of white residue on them. And I don't know if it's salt residue. I don't think it is. I also don't know if it's fungal or something. Let me try and zoom in. There, I don't know if I'm now severely impacting the quality of the recording, but it's a bit odd. It's only on the outer sheath, and I'm not quite sure what it is. But all things considered, there are just a few things going on in this plant that I'm not very fond of. Oh, see here, with this new growth, it's not even the tip. Wait, let me get a better side for you. So here we have a large new growth, and it's maturing. You can see it's starting to open the leaf now. But you can see that the center over there is starting to yellow somewhat. Not sure the camera is picking up the coloring right, but it does look quite yellow, this part. And I just don't know why it's doing this. Why would it grow so many new growths and get close to maturing them, and then suddenly it yellows? So yeah, this is my question for today. If any of you know what could be causing it. Other than this, it's doing quite well. It keeps on throwing out new growths. I haven't gotten any new flowers yet or any flower spikes for as far as I can tell. But yeah, despite all the new growths it's throwing out, there don't seem to be any real new roots. And on top of that, we have the yellowing of growths as we see over here. So if any of you know what might be going on, please leave a comment down below, because I do quite like the flowers of this Masdevallia and I would not like to lose it. So anything you can think of, put down in the comments below. I'll look into it and hopefully we can find a solution together. So thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you here again next time.